Republican Senator Bernie Moreno from Ohio joins us to discuss where things stand at the moment. Senator Moreno, great to have you. I've wanted to speak with you for a long time, so it's great to have you here on Saturday. I was reading Politico Playbook, and they were summarizing an NBC report, and they said this: many party officials see their base demanding a fight with Trump above all else. Those are Democrat officials, even if they ultimately lose during a government shutdown. So is this just Democrats spoiling for a fight after Schumer got criticized back in March?
Look, their only unifying idea is that they don't like President Trump. They can't even articulate why they don't like President Trump, because crime is down, the border's secure, inflation is down, the economy is doing great. We got all kinds of new trade deals. So they're totally irrational. But on the government shutdown, this is very simple for your viewers to understand. The Republicans made a very simple offer to Democrats. We're going to keep the Biden spending at level amount. We're not going to change it, to give us 6 more weeks to come up with a budget that has our priorities. We've gotten 3 of the 12 appropriations bills done. The Democrats, on the other hand, want to give illegals health care. They want to shut down rural hospitals by getting rid of the Rural Hospital Opportunity Fund. They want to add $1.4 trillion in new spending. That is a non-starter. So we're going to go back on Monday and Tuesday and say, look, accept the offer, or you guys decide to shut down the government. The only rational person on the Democrat side is John Fetterman. We'll see if 6 other Democrats join him.
Yeah, and just to be clear, these so-called continuing resolutions that just keep the status quo going for a little bit, they've not been controversial. Republicans have signed on to them, Democrats. It's only now that it's this big controversy. I want to point this out. Russ Vought from the White House noted that in this case, there might not just be, brief furloughs, there could be firings. And Democrats acted like heaven and earth had moved when Donald Trump put in place DOGE to make government lean. Kim Strassel makes a really astute point in the Wall Street Journal politically. What's an incandescent Democrat to do? Hand him, President Trump, a gift-wrapped opportunity to do more of the same, the kind of firings we saw in DOGE. Obviously, give the credit to Democrats for being united in the worst political idea since Biden 2024. Why do they continue this if it's just going to backfire?
Well, they're just out of their minds. They're clouded by hatred. They're afraid of their radical left base. But this is very simple. Keep the current spending levels the same. Allow us 6 more weeks to get the rest of the appropriations bills done, or they shut down the government. Look, if the government gets shut down, what this is going to mean is that we have to make structural changes to the federal government. We have to massively reduce the size and scale of the federal government. And Russ Vought and OMB is prepared to do that. I don't think the Democrats quite understand what this means for them long term, because once that structural change is done, we will have a dramatically smaller federal government. So there's a part of me that says, hey, let them shut down the government, because it's up to them. It's not up to Republicans. We're united. We want to keep the government open. We want to fund it for 6 more weeks. We want to pass an appropriations package. It's 100% up to them what they're going to do at this point. So it's all in their hands. We'll see if they're normal people on the Democrat side that cross over, or they're all taken over by the extreme radicals in their party.
Yeah, see if there are more John Fettermans. I do want to ask you about this. There was this little controversy this week at University of Cincinnati, and a question about whether they were disallowing a Turning Point USA chapter. Now, the University of Cincinnati, I just want to get their statement in here quickly. The group has not registered since 2021, they said, which means they have not completed the registration process. They go on to say they'll have an opportunity to complete the new organization application process for the next year. But you were instrumental in figuring this out. What happened at the University of Cincinnati?
Look, this was a paperwork misunderstanding. Bottom line is the University of Cincinnati understands we're not going to put up with any nonsense. They actually had a vigil for Charlie Kirk. They're going to get this process approved if they haven't already done it. Look, throughout Ohio, our universities are going to focus on educating our kids, make certain they're prepared for the 21st century, and get rid of all this left-wing nonsense. So I'm proud of the fact that our universities in Ohio are open for business. They're ready to educate our kids, not indoctrinate them. And we will absolutely not go back to any of the left-wing nonsense on our college campuses. So good for President Pinto and President Carter at Ohio State University. And they're doing the right thing. They're making sure that the universities are focused on what they should be focused on.
Absolutely. Very important. Senator Moreno, thank you for your time.